But yeah, let's be honest with ourselves. I wasn't getting a 70-30. You weren't getting a 70-30. Nobody here was getting a 70-30. You weren't even allowed to talk about 70-30. You would have gotten banned. Twitch recently released something that makes everybody want to think about that number a little bit more. Let's take a little look. Let's get a little gander. Okay. Twitch just released a new update on their blog post to talk about how they could possibly think about maybe giving us slightly more money if we're really, really good boys, if we earn enough good boy points. So let's just take a quick look. Today we're announcing the Partner Plus program, which is more than the normal partner program, just so you know. This is like you become a partner, but now this is Partner Plus. A new program, music. Why are you saying music question mark? What are you talking about? Yes, there is music. You are correct. A new program for streamers to build towards as they continue to grow their businesses. The new partner program benefit will offer 70% share on net subscription revenue to streamers who meet the qualification criteria. I hear music, you're right. Streamers in the Partner Plus program will receive a 70-30 split revenue share on net subscription revenue from reoccurring monthly subscriptions and gift subs for 12 months up to 100K. Wait. Legendary reading, so true. A 70-30 split, how innovative. Remember when they took that from, well, I can't say us because there's no us here. It was just like millionaire streamers who had it. So, and I'm not one of them. So remember when they took the 70-30 split from them? Now they've released it for possibly us. Not me at the moment, but possibly us. But yeah, wait, let me make sure I read this right. Streamers in the Partner Plus program will receive a 70-30 split share on net subscription revenue from reoccurring monthly subscriptions and gift subs for 12 months up to 100K. That's so many qualifications. Holy crap. 70-30 split on net subscription revenue from reoccurring monthly subscriptions and gift subs for 12 months up to 100K. Wait, so if you do this and it's more than, if you go on for more than a year, you like they'll take the 70-30 away? So what, you can get 70-30 for like 1 month? Wait, okay, let's continue reading. Partners must maintain a sub count at least 350 recurring paid subscriptions for 3 consecutive months. Oh, wait, so you need to do this for, so you need to do it for 15 months? So you need to have 350 subs for 3 months. And after that 3 months, which is the 50-50, then they'll switch you to 70-30 and then you have to do that for 12 months. Once that happens, partners will be automatically enrolled for the next 12 months, even if you dip below that subscription threshold during the 12-month period. The Partner Plus program will launch October 1st, 2023. Streamers that meet the qualification criteria in July, August, and September will be enrolled in the Partner Plus program and will be notified in October. Our focus has always been on inspiring growth and sustaining Twitch streamers all around the world. That's just not true. So many conditions. Yeah, it's just like, there's like a whole spreadsheet of conditions that you need to be able to meet before you're able to do anything. Wait, let's see if anybody has really talked about this yet. Oh yeah, I like this guy.
The day's finally come. I never thought it would. Twitch has finally given us a 70-30 split.
Maybe.
With an asterisk. There was a surprise live stream from Twitch today where they talked all about the new Partner Plus program and then they answered a bunch of questions about it. So I wanted to give you a rundown of how this program actually works and what streamers qualify for it, which, spoiler, not very many. And then answer the real question, is this—
Oh yeah. So I have, I split my subscriptions, okay, between my site and Twitch. And at the moment, as you can see, I only have 284 live subscriptions at the moment on Twitch. And that includes gifted and everything. I think if I didn't have a site, I would be at around 350, if not more than 350. But I'm like, if I remember correctly, I'm in like the top 11% of Twitch streamers, kind of period, if not high. Actually, I think I'm in the top like 8% of Twitch streamers, period. So this is something that will only affect This is something that won't affect over 90% of Twitch streamers, which is top 1% streamer. I mean, kind of. I literally, yeah. And I'm not that big. I'm still a pretty small streamer. It's just, yeah, I don't know, man. This is not going to affect very many people. The richest streamers, the multi-millionaire streamers are going to be, you know, eating good as they always do. Your average streamer is not going to be anywhere near being able to get this kind of money. Somebody on Twitter said, please don't mistake this as a positive change. Twitch took 70/30 away to lock the option behind the sub paywall where not all subs count for some reason and have added a cap. Yeah, they also added a cap. So, well, I mean, I guess big streamers won't be eating that good because you'll only get $100,000. I say only $100,000, but the big streamers can make like 100K in like a week. They're rolling. They can wipe their ass with 100K. Some of them. Well, I can't say like, you know, I could. I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time, I don't know, man. Some people are like, they took this away from us. Well, no, they didn't. I was never going to be able to get a 70/30 split with like the old way 70/30 worked, where like the big streamers were able to sign deals with Twitch to be able to get a 70/30. I was not going to be able to get a 70/30. Most, like 99% of streamers were never going to be able to get like a 70/30. It was for select people who are raking in, you know, $1.5 to $3 million a year on the platform who are going to be able to get a 70/30, which I'm going to tell you now is not me or, you know, the 99% of other streamers. So I don't like it how some people are like, they all remember what they took from us. There's no us here. There's you. All right. And they took it from you. And I mean, like, that must suck. I would imagine, you know, that your pay got cut. But, you know, there's no us here. I'm sorry, buddy. Is the default YouTube split way better? I think it's 60/40 if I remember correctly. Oh, is it 70/30? Is YouTube's split 70/30? Yeah, I don't know. Some people are like, yeah, this lady's like, no, they hid it behind the subwall. It was always hidden behind the subwall. What are you talking about? In fact, it used to require 500 non-gifted Prime subs. 500 non-gifted non-Prime subs. It's far more attainable now. That was actually a more recent requirement. Previously, the requirement were unknown and streamers had a better chance of negotiating a custom agreement. I don't know if that's true. I mean, like, if you make a lot of money, I would imagine you would have a higher opportunity to do that. But like, if you're just going to talk about your average streamer, no, I don't believe so. I think if you sent an email to Twitch to ask to negotiate your sub split with you, you know, honestly maintaining like even 2,000 concurrent viewers, I think they would just tell you to fuck off. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do not believe that your average person would be able to get anything like that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I never was able to see it. They also had partner managers. I don't know, maybe it was easier. I don't know. Maybe more streamers than I thought had 70/30, but you know. Okay, Shark, but have you considered that me, a 2-viewer Andy, I'm merely just a temporary embarrassed millionaire? That's true. That is true. Man, kind of depressing hearing all this as a streamer myself. It's like most people here are stuck as a 2 to 3 viewer Andy. Yeah, I mean, not everybody can be a streamer. If everybody's a streamer, nobody can be a viewer, right? Just like one of those things. I mean, if you put your heart into it, there's a good likelihood that you can really make it. I mean, it's not like 100%. I mean, it's not. I don't think this is necessarily worse. I don't think people are going to be happy about it. You know, the vast majority of people here. Why is all these people muted? Who is this? Oh, who is this? Oh, that makes sense. I mean, it's not. I don't know how much worse it was. I mean, at least there's a criteria that you can actually think about here. Before, it was just like if you had a big enough dick, you could swing it and make it to having, you know, like a 70/30 split. Now there's actually something that you can work towards and actually think, and there's real numbers that I hope they actually stick to about this type of stuff, which could be cool. So you're just going to cherry pick sub revenue. Oh, I just want to see something really quick. I just want to make sure I read that right. Revenue from reoccurring monthly subscriptions and gift subs. Okay, this does include gift subs as well. I'm not sure if this is Prime though. I don't think this includes Prime. Yeah, I don't believe this includes Prime. Wild stuff. They're only doing this because Kick is a real competitor to Twitch now. Is it? That's my question, because I thought I saw that like within 2 months, I mean a little over 2 months, Kick made it to a million users on the platform. That's not like daily active users, just a million users period. I don't know if they're like, how many? Twitch has 31 million visitors per day. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a big competitor. I think they're out there. We're going to have to see what happens. People like Trainwrecks, Aiden Ross, Porn, a streamer who recently got clapped for doing some unscrupulous things with a minor on the platform, people having sex on the platform, illegal gambling in the United States, being allowed to be in the United States, is on the platform. You know, just like, hey, the 95-5 split's pretty good though. I can understand streamers going to Kick for a little while, collecting their bag. I mean, Kick at the end of the day, like, let's just be completely honest with ourselves. Like, they don't want to say it, but we all know it's true. Here, 1 second. Twitch doesn't want to, sorry, Kick doesn't want to say it, but we all know it's true. Kick is simply just a front for an illegal gambling operation that's running in the United States, even though they shouldn't be. Like, that's literally all Kick is a front for an illegal gambling operation. So I can very easily see Kick, you know, being shut down at some point in time. But I can also see, you know, streamers going there and collecting their bag, because I would imagine that, you know, you go on, the likelihood of like one of those streamers, you know, coming around just dumping, you know, $3,000 into your bank account, into your PayPal account, and then they dip. And then after, I don't know, you get like called like 17 trillion slurs at once, and then have like porn bots in your chat, and then you go back down to, you know, -4 active viewers. Then you just like, you know, leave, and then you go back to a normal streaming site. You know, I can imagine that. Get your gambling money? Maybe. I don't know. Get called slurs by chat for an hour, then get $3,000. Yeah. I can understand you collecting your bag. I just don't know how long Kick is actually going to be around for. Yeah, I just don't know how long Kick's going to be around for. You know, they're going to get their bag. They're going to use it as a front for a little while for their illegal gambling operation, and I don't know, it'll just disappear. I wouldn't think about like building a platform on Twitch. Sorry, on Kick. I wouldn't think about building a platform on Twitch at the moment either. I would, I do have to say one thing, okay? And I don't want this to be like, I don't think I'm talking about any, you know, content creators specifically here, because I'm not. But I will say I am pretty glad that I did what I did at the beginning when I started to become a content creator. And what that was focus on YouTube over Twitch. If you can compare me to, you know, some of my contemporaries, a lot of the people, a lot of them have, you know, pretty decent sized Twitch channels. They focused a lot on their Twitch, and I spent a lot of time looking at some of the things that they did to grow some of their platforms as we were growing at the same time. I decided to take the path of focusing on my YouTube over my Twitch. The main reason being is because at the end of the day, a Twitch stream is, you know, temporal. It's there when it's there, and it's gone when it's not. It disappears incredibly easily, and your discoverability is only around when you're live. And if you're not live, then you might as well not be a content creator at all. It becomes a lot harder to gain that traction. And even though I do believe there's a likelihood of you being more profitable as a Twitch streamer and having that type of money being a little bit more consistent, you know, possibly, I just felt like the fact that a YouTube video has way more staying power, and focusing on videos has way more staying power than a Twitch stream does. And then you can use that to parlay that into a stream. I feel like that was a better course of action. And I feel like I made a good choice here, because if Twitch goes down, because let's be honest with ourselves. All right. No matter who you think is going to win like this streaming war or anything, Kick, YouTube, Twitch, YouTube's going to be around longer than Twitch and Kick. But let's be honest, Kick is just a front for an illegal gambling operation. And Twitch is, you know, YouTube's like moving slow and they're corporate and clunky, but I think they're moving in a, you know, pretty normal direction. And they're moving in like a good direction every single time I see them do an update. Like I'm excited for YouTube updates, you know, like, ooh, what did they add next? Because usually it's not that bad. Unless it's about like ads, then it's usually really bad. Outside of that, it's usually pretty good. When Twitch gets an update, I get kind of scared. When Kick gets an update, I'm dialing 911. Anyways, back to what we were doing originally.
Is this actually a good thing or just another letdown? My concern with this new program is that it's still far below what other platforms like YouTube are giving, which is a 70-30 split for everyone right from the beginning forever. And so my question during the Q&A portion to Dan Clancy was, is this as far as you go? Like, is this the best we're gonna get, or is this a first step towards 70-30 for everyone? And Dan actually did answer it on the live stream. And his answer, or I guess kind of his dancing around the answer a little bit, exposed a lot financially of what's going on behind the scenes at Twitch.
They're
and who's
poor.
Actually in control over there. We'll get into it.
It's Amazon, and they're poor.
So I figured since not even I'm
and the
getting
answer is
70-30
no.
split, I'd pay some bills and thank the sponsor of today's video, Owned.tv.
Thank you, Owned.
You deserve it. So in a nutshell, this is called the Partner Plus program. And similar to the last like secret 70-30 split thing that used to happen and nobody was allowed to talk about, this only applies to mid and high tier partners. Here are the rules. In order to qualify for the program, you have to have 350 paid subs and you have to maintain that for 3 months straight. And when I say paid subs, I mean Prime subs don't count and gifted subs don't count. It has to be 300 individuals that are paying $5 or more a month to subscribe to your channel. If you stay above that threshold for at least 3 months, your split is automatically changed to 70-30 and will stay that way for 12 months, even if you dip below it during that year. And that new
Can you game this? You ever think about that? Can you game this? Would that be worth it to game this system? What do you guys think? Like if you're just under 350, but then you use another PayPal account to move money from yourself and then buy your own subs, to gift your own subs to be able to maintain over 350 to make sure that you stick over there for 3 months, and then you switch it over once you're able to once you're locked in for the guaranteed 12 months 70-30 split, and then you continue on that, but you never actually normally reach 350 for that amount of months, but you're just kind of, I don't know, if you like hover around like 280 to 300. It's like just below the threshold. Would that be worth it? Actually, yeah, you can launder money. It wouldn't be laundering money. It's all good. It's all clean money. It's not laundering. You wouldn't be cleaning. You wouldn't be washing any money. I'm not saying like you laundering. I'm just saying I'm talking about gaming the system, not committing crimes.
count and gifted subs don't count. It has to be 300 to have 350 paid subs, and you have to maintain that for 3 months straight. And when I say paid subs, I mean Prime subs don't count and gifted subs don't count. It has to be 300 individuals that are paying $5 or more a month to subscribe to your channel. If you stay above that threshold for at least 3 months, your split is automatically changed to 70-30 and will stay that way for 12 months, even if you dip below it during that year. And that new 70-30 split will apply to paid subs and gifted subs, but Prime subs will still pay out $250. Also, kind of a big detail.
Okay.
If your paid sub revenue goes above $100,000 in that year, anything above that will go back to 50-50 split. And again, that $100,000 takes into consideration paid subs and gifted subs. Prime subs don't count towards it. So what I found most interesting, and what most people on Twitter are talking about, is the fact that there is a lower limit and an upper limit. 70-30 only.
It's so weird, because I would imagine there would only be an upper limit, but now there's a lower. Why is there a lower limit? What, so they could scoop up more money off of smaller streamers? There's a lower and upper limit. That's pretty crazy.
Only applies to streamers with over 350 subs and stops once they hit $100,000. I did some rough math on how many streamers this is actually going to help. There's not a lot of public data on how many subscribers streamers have. Twitch Tracker shows some data, but they only count the top 1,000 subscribed streamers. And when I went to the very bottom of that list, it looks like ranking 1,000-ish is getting anywhere from 600 to 1,000 subscribers, paid subscribers. Also, to give us like a lower number on that list, I'm ranked at number like 10,000-ish on Twitch Tracker, and I stream for 400 to 500 people on Twitch, and of my 330 subs, 103 of them are paid. Now, these numbers are all kind of questions. 400 to 500 people on Twitch, and of my 330 subs,
Am I doing really good as a streamer? I was kind of thinking that. He has 330 subs. I think on average, I hover around 280 to 300 normally without like a whole bunch of gifted subs. And he has 500. I don't average 500 viewers. I usually average around like 200, 150. Like I usually average between like 130 to 230 streamers. Viewers. I have around like 250 subs. But I'm in a similar ballpark when it comes to subs than him. That's great. That's interesting.
100, I think 103 of them are paid. Now, these numbers are all kind of questionable. Like, I don't know how I'm ranked number 10,000 or what goes into that. But based off some rough math with these numbers, I think it's safe to assume that the top 5,000 to 6,000 streamers will be getting into this Partner Plus program. And then considering that last month, May 2023, there were about 6.8 million streamers going live. That means that roughly just under 0.1% of streamers are going to be affected by this new split.
Oof. Just under 0.1%. Hey guys, for the 0.1%, we've got something new for you. This isn't even the 1%. It's the 0.1%. I'm not even in it.
As for the upper limit, where streamers are going to have some subs go back down to 50-50, in the US, if you have 2,380 subs, you bypass that $100,000 mark from subs, which means that there are about 506 of the top streamers that are going to be hit by that. But the interesting thing about that live stream is that whenever anyone asked about that upper limit or that lower limit, Dan Clancy would answer, it just felt like Daddy Amazon was standing right off of camera with the gun pointed at his head. It was usually kind of vague, but his answer was somewhere along the lines of, we had to find a balance, that the more we lowered that upper cap, the more they were able to lower that lower cap and let more people in. So for example, if they raised that upper cap to 150K instead of 100, they'd have to raise the lower cap also to, I don't know, 500 subs before you could get that split. This is super interesting because it means that Twitch was essentially given a budget of how much they're allowed to give streamers for additional sub revenue. And so while I agree with the streamers that this still isn't enough, it should be 70-30 for every streamer, just like YouTube gives. It was the first time in a while that I actually felt some level of empathy for Twitch. When I asked my question to Dan of, is this the best we're gonna get? Like, is this where it stops?
Sat chat broken? Nope.
Or is this the first step to getting even better?
Or site chat broken? No.
He essentially said, and I'm summarizing here, it's up in the air. We want to give more, but this is all we can give right now.
We would love to be able to offer you more. This is all we do. This is our focus.
So while listening to the Q&A and all the answers they gave to questions, my takeaway was this: Twitch is owned by Amazon. And Twitch has essentially been burning Amazon's money for the last couple of years. I can't imagine Amazon is super happy about it. And I'm sure the last thing that they want to do is lower Twitch's revenue even more by paying creators a higher split. So Twitch negotiated this higher sub split with Amazon with a condition that there would be a cap of how much extra revenue Twitch was allowed to pay out. And so the best way that they could manage this was to set a lower cap. I'm assuming to try to only give to streamers that do this full time, like this is how they pay their bills. And then also setting an upper limit so the top 10 streamers don't entirely destroy this budget. Plus their explanation is if you're making over $100,000 via subs, you're probably also doing a lot of sponsorship deals that can offset that reverse down to 50-50 split. As a business owner, this is the assumption that I have to make because this makes the most sense to me given the information that we were given. And so while I agree that this is still not good enough, it should be 70-30 for every streamer, just like YouTube does.
I think it's okay.
I gotta give credit where credit's due. I'm sure this was...
It's moving in it's turned around the ship. Well, I see them turning the wheel. Because before we're growing off the cliff. Okay? The wheel is starting to turn back. I think they're starting to level out. I do still think I'll focus on my YouTube. I do want to focus on my Twitch as well. Because I like streaming and it's really fun and good. That being said, I will have to, it's nice to see them, it don't go down. It do go down. It's really not. Well, I don't know. Would you like them to, I don't know. When it comes to Twitch, it's either like this or they say now it's a 40-60 split where they get the 60. I think I'll take this. I think it's moving in a better direction than constantly getting worse. I'll take it.
The most awkward negotiation possible where Twitch is asking for more.
As somebody who it's my actual job to do this, looking at this from a business perspective, it's fine. It's whatever. It won't make my thing worse for me. I'm saying it's not long term. Well, I don't know about that. Unless you have the eye that sees all, I don't think you can tell if it's like a long term thing. It might be. We'll have to see. It's a scam? Well, what do you mean by scam? What do you mean by, unless you're saying that they won't actually give the 70-30 split, then I'm not sure how you can say it's a scam. Unless you mean they're trying to lull you into a false sense of security, but that's an entirely different thing.
More money from Amazon after they've already spent so much of their money. So now they just need to step up their monetization strategies, make more revenue in different places so they can allocate that 70-30 splits to more creators. And I really hope that they do that. Also, 2 other takeaways from this live stream. It was the first time I ever saw Twitch acknowledge a Clips browser.
But someone asked about Clips browser. It's something we talked about.
They said it's something they're actually talking about, and that's fantastic.
Wow.
And Twitch, by the way, if you'd like to
Oh my goodness, they are getting better
directly into it to make it even easier, hit me up. Love to help with that. And the other thing with all the terrible PR lately, bring Laura out more. I think this was the first time I've actually seen Twitch staff look at the camera and answer questions that didn't feel scripted and they were reading them off the screen. Laura, you crushed it. Anyway, what's your takeaway from this? Do you agree with me?
Thank you, Laura.
Answer in the comments why or why not. Also,
Bring in new people, then dump them? What do you mean bring in new people? No person's gonna be brought in to think that they can actually get 350 paid subs. Unless they're just stupid. But I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they are just incredibly stupid. Couldn't get a job in like couldn't get a job normally because they're too stupid. Can barely hold down having like a Twitch stream because they're too stupid. If that's the people who get like scammed by this, I guess, then I don't know. RIP sounds like a personal problem, honestly. What have you learned about the split? It's a 70-30 split for people who have 350 concurrent subscribers for over 3 months. That does not include Prime. That does not include gifted. You have to have people pay themselves $5, like 350 individual people paying you $5 a month or more for 3 months, and then for those 3 months, after that, you'll automatically be enrolled in a 70-30 split program after those 3 months, and then for 12 months, right? And then after that 12 months, then it'll reset, and then after those 3 months, then you'll get another 1-year contract for being able to get a 70-30 split for 12 months. So it's a whole 15-month ordeal. You have to spend 3 months making sure you get and then maintain 350 subs concurrently, and then 12 months of you getting a 70-30 split. And you can even drop below 350, but you'll maintain that 70-30 split. Do a monthly event? Yeah, you could do a monthly subathon to make sure you stay at 350, right? But at the same time, you have to really make sure that you have, gifted doesn't mean anything, right? Gifted subs and Prime subs don't count. So you have to get new people to actually subscribe themselves. Maybe renewing their sub. I think renewing their sub as a paid sub, if it was a Prime or gifted, counts. I love how it's normal that Twitch can just goof around with people's livelihoods like that. I wouldn't consider this goofing around. I wouldn't consider this goofing around necessarily. I mean, it is a serious contract. It's just, you're just jumping through a lot of hoops to make it happen, right? Which I'm not really surprised about. I'm not really surprised about. That being said, I know a lot of people, here's the thing. I know a lot of people went really crazy about the 70-30 split being taken away originally. I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I didn't really give a shit because I didn't really give a shit. Okay. Here's why. All right. I'm in like the top, I think 0.11% or like 15% of streamers. Okay. And I was nowhere near going to be able to, negotiate a 70-30 split. Anybody like my size or like double or probably triple my size, if I emailed Twitch and asked for a 70-30 split, they would tell me to fuck off. Okay. And they'd laugh and tell me to fuck off. All right. I wasn't getting a 70-30 split. You weren't getting a 70-30 split. Nobody here was going to have anything like a 70-30 split. Let's be honest with ourselves. It wouldn't happen.
That's what it's all about.
But yeah, let's be honest with ourselves. I wasn't getting a 70-30. You weren't getting a 70-30. Nobody here was getting a 70-30. People like double, triple, maybe even quadruple my size. Twitch would say fuck off if you emailed them and asked for a 70-30. Okay. You weren't even allowed to talk about 70-30. You would have gotten banned, right? Yeah, you're right. The richest streamers got richer. The people making like $400,000 to $2 million to $3 million a year on Twitch, those are the ones who are getting a 70-30, okay? Not us. So I didn't really give a shit about them taking away the 70-30 because I wasn't going to ever get it, really, at this moment in time, right? Maybe I would have been eligible sometime in the future, you know? We get giga big, we get huge big, to 27 trillion concurrent viewers on every stream. But it said more. I cared because not because like I was like, no, they took the 7030 from me that I would get in the future. Maybe I cared because I was like, it showed how Twitch was. It showed the direction Twitch was moving when it comes to how they're going to treat us content creators, which means, you know, progressively worse. That's what it told me about it. Less about, you know, they were going to treat us in the future. That being said, I think this is better than the old 7030, mostly because, you know, people, you know, medium streamers are actually going to have something good happen for once. Usually a lot of stuff that happens with Twitch happens with the big mega giga streamers. Usually they're the only ones who benefit a lot from changes. But this time the giga streamers kind of get fucked, which, you know, I don't really care for. I don't really want them to get fucked, you know, just they get a little fucked. Unfortunately, the mini Andy streamers get fucked as well, which is still very sad because I think they deserve more. You need 5,000 self-paid subs. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't hear anybody talk about exactly what you needed, mostly because you were under contract to not be allowed to talk. You were under contract of like secrecy that you couldn't talk about exactly what it took to get a 70-30 split. 70-30 solo being added again? Yes. You have to have 350 self-paid subs, not Prime, not gifted. Those don't count. For 3 months consecutively, and then you get 12 months of a 70-30. And then it resets again where you have to prove that you can keep above 350 for 3 months, and then you get the 12 months of 70-30 again. But if you make more than $100,000, every dollar above $100,000 is back to 50-50.
Come here. Come here. Oh. Hi. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it.
Thank you, Boo.